Everyone, I would like to thank you for joining us at this unusual start time as we readjust to some of our new schedules. I would like to introduce Ben playing Ticto Talk Keeper,
Hello.
David playing Fodor McNurgle,
Hello.
and Brian as Edward the Everflame Niven, and I am Joel, your DM. A brief recap, our trio chased a thief with their doorknob for them to leave the City of Doors into a hallway. And in there sat the young child-looking vampire, Trini De Matteo, who was trying to hide from somebody who has been pursuing her who have not yet discovered their identity. When our trio attempted to retrieve their doorknob, Trini was less than happy and attacked them. And after a harrowing battle and a series of very interesting solutions to bringing a vampire down, Fodor was able to spear her and march her out a door into a sunlit grove, thus killing her finally. And our heroes returned to Rumple Bobskin, and with a whole plethora of doorknobs, much to Rumple Bobskin's delight. Now we return and welcome you to join us on our quest to become Nerds of Legend. All right, it opens up, and Bob is now setting the last doorknob on the newly magically created alcove that he created in his ever-changing store. And he looks at you, and he's like, "You boys did good."
Yeah, you didn't expect me to come back with a haul, did you?
No, honestly, I didn't expect you to come back with much anything. I'm not surprised you got robbed, though.
Yeah.
I could have seen that one coming from 100 miles away.
I mean,
so is that chain? That's good, right?
Yes, I do believe we've already spoken about the chain and sigil. It is indeed seemingly fine. I do believe our next two big priorities were the Gates of the Moon, as well as the one in the City of Dis.
Those are some uncomfortable places to go.
I suppose we could still explore some of the other chains. For example, the one in the Ion City.
I mean, that would probably be the safer one to go take a look at right now. But I would look for that first before I try to go up or down. You know, I mean, metaphorically speaking.
Well, so far, 3.
You know what though? The way. What?
You provided the quest. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm aware I provided the quest. Like
direction.
You kind of got to look at things from a different level. You got me, who can travel pretty much anywhere, and have quite some time. Sometimes you forget what it's like to not be able to do that. But, the City of the Moon, like, that's, I honestly, the Gates of the Moon, we probably have to go check that out. Because I think it's the positive influence that's fading. That's what we've seen, right? Like, when you saw that giant angel guy there and then he disappeared.
Yes, that's correct. There was an angel and then there wasn't. And then the demony looking dudes claimed that there had never been one.
Yeah, right. So, we should probably go look there first. Okay. I mean, I don't like it, but I got a trinket or two that can help you out. But you gotta give them back.
Can we even be on the moon?
You know what? I was not prepared for that question coming out of your mouth. I mean, I expected it to come out of somebody else's mouth, but, like, I'm going to admit a fair level of surprise that you would ask that question. You're smarter than you look.
I mean, the moon, I don't know how big it is, but it looks like this big, and...
there we go. Well done.
I don't understand.
There's the there's the question.
Are you gonna make it very small?
No. It's a matter of perspective. It's not small. It's actually like really, really far away. But we're not going to that moon per se. It's more like Think of it like an island in a really big ocean.
That doesn't sound like the moon at all.
Okay, it's a sky ocean. Yeah, better?
No, but continue.
You mentioned that there might be certain effects to traveling to that particular plane. Now that we still have access to the City of Doors, perhaps you can give us a little bit more information on what we're going to go up against. Perhaps we could even search in the City of Doors for some way of acclimating ourselves to the environment.
I mean, I got a way to acclimate yourself. You just got to be quick about it. Like, this is just going to be like an in-out look at it, make sure everything's fine. And then if it's not fine, I mean, I'm really happy that the City of Doors was fine. Like, if it wasn't, we'd have a whole lot more to do.
Yes, a smash and grab, as it were.
Now, think of it more as a sneak and peek, not a snatch and grab, you know?
Fair.
Yeah, that's what we're looking to do. So, anyway, come with me. And he tosses the last doorknob he's holding into the air, and he flies at a rate that stops and slowly looks like it was caught and carried off. Yeah, Ticto, you've seen this spell. You are now less impressed with his magical ability as you're those are unseen servants.
Got it.
You are all wow, he's just got a ton of unseen servants just
he is
there.
Very well coordinated.
Yeah.
I
he
said
takes you
that
to the back. Yeah, he's like, what? Well, what do you think was it? What do you think it was?
Initially I thought perhaps you were just very advanced in some form of telekinesis, but now I saw that you just have some very obedient unseen servants is what I
mean, they've been with me a long time. They're very good at their job. But I like to I appreciate the level of faith that you immediately drench to unseen super magics.
I understand that it took a little peek behind the curtain, okay? I like knowing how.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I appreciate that. But I like that your first knee-jerk instinct was magics I can't understand yet, as opposed to simple. But that actually segues really well into what we're about to do. Because this isn't so much as an accommodation as for the moon as more, I would say, transportation. As he opens this door and I
said you don't say.
Yeah, he's like, it's not so much. Here he gives you these little pebbles. They're glowing with a pale moonlight. He's like, you put this in your pocket. So you guys put them in there. And except for Edward, you love it. It's sings to you. You're like, you really like this. The other two, you don't really give much of a shit about. You're like, they're just, he's like,
relax.
Yeah. At this point in time, you're like, shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, you open it up and you see this vast gray nothingness. And a pier. It's like a pier going into the ocean. Same weird, undulating up and down motions. Same, pylons coming up, but they seem to just go into nothingness. Same little mooring anchors on the side, and tied up with just regular-ass rope is a ship shaped like a Nautilus with a metal, curved hull and, a very ornate cabin on the front. And there's, glowing runes all over it.
I board.
He's like, I like it. But as you're walking, he's trying to stop. He's like, oh, no, let me at least tell you about this shit. Oh, okay, you're on it. Okay, anyway.
That we're both I'm standing next to Ticto, both of us making the same face, the strange vehicle, Oh.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. So he's talking. Because he was like talking, and Edward like ran up onto it. He's like, trying to pace Edward and explain to him what this is. But he's kind of like, hold on, I made this one.
No,
I'll wait till you're all
I'm
together.
listening.
I'm listening. Keep talking.
You are now too far away. It's just everything has just turned into a buzz of communication from like the distance. You two are gaping. Edward like full on sprinted to get onto the ship, and so Bob is just in the middle, kind of like a parent who just brought their kids to Chuck E. Cheese for the first time, and it's just like all semblance of order is out the window. So
Take two
right.
and Fodor is still like,
yeah, he's gonna sit there and he's gonna stand in the middle of the dock as he's trying to like pace Edward. Edward ran up on there and he sees you just. He's like, "Are you coming?"
yes. Please tell me about this beautiful
Ah.
novel.
Is
Yeah,
this-
this is what this is the Tyriador. It's a ship I had made. You know, let's say some associates of myself made this ship. Time gets weird in these things, but I want to say,
Is this the thing that got us into this mess in the first place?
no, those are people. People got us into this mess.
Yes, the whole spells don't kill people, bad people using spells kill people argument.
Yeah, that kind of. No, this was partly responsible.
It's what provided the vehicle, so to speak, for us to get in the situation that we find ourselves in.
He's gonna look at you really intently for a minute and be like, "You seem to know a little bit more than you probably should.
I'm very smart. I'm just not
Are
very
you,
wise."
You don't happen to be channeling knowledge of like past events?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This sounds like you might have been intimately aware of the events that created said ship."
Well, I mean, I feel like Ticto's smart enough he can connect the dots.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like Brian and David are just like, "We lied to get this ship." I don't know anything
I
about
feel
it.
very lie when I stare at the ship.
But I feel like this ship, I feel like I'm the lord of proper nouns.
I immediately get on board and I pull out from behind me a lie, so I can just like strum it.
Sorry, I
Oh, nice.
apologize for the slightly too much meta knowledge that I just employed.
Oh, no, it's super fine. He does actually go into explaining. He's like, I'm going to be a little bit more square with you. So, you remember where I was telling you that a couple people, like, destroyed kind of the balance
Uh-huh.
by using it, by going back in time and changing a few things?
Yeah, that's why I keep.
Yeah,
calling him.
you are correct. This is the vehicle
I
that
see.
they used, not on purpose. We were actually trying to stop somebody who was trying to kill them by eradicating their entire order, which now, saying that out loud, sounds incredibly over the top and probably unnecessary, but at the time, it made perfect sense.
Yes. Yeah, go on.
Sounds like 1T tactics.
Sounds like what?
Fantastic. It
He's
sounds like a
gonna look at you.
1D move.
He looks at you and he's like, "What?"
Don't, just don't, Bob.
Hold,
Just don't.
I'm curious. So you're saying
Bob.
that the snake people, which
Bob.
typically are, what?
Just don't. Trust
You know,
me on
have you
this
ever,
one.
you know, like when you're in a restaurant, and you hear somebody say something like, "And if it wasn't for my dog, I wouldn't have gotten married," like shit like that. Like you just doesn't make any sense, and you have that knee jerk reaction where you want to be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously, what are you talking about? Like
I
what?
don't know. He just goes on these tangents about snake people all the time, and I've just learned to just deal with it. because
They're evil, devious.
So
We
just
got-
to understand, I'm like, this ship
I've
destabilize the multiverse and help people travel back and forth in time, and you're like, snake people.
Yes, I've attempted to.
No, it's more like the going back in time to eradicate an entire order. That's snake people.
Okay. So like nefarious, underhanded type behaviors.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm
Exactly.
smelling what you're selling now. I know
He-
what you're talking about. I get it.
He blames the Yuan Ti for all the evil in the world. So
Not all of it.
not all of it,
No.
really.
Have you know what? I have a very good psionicist that you could speak to. Helps you work through a whole lot of deep repressed issues. If you would like to speak with her.
Yeah, we tried to.
You know what,
confront
anyway,
it
we're
one
getting
time,
ahead
he
of
just
it.
started screaming a bunch.
I feel like y'all need to read a bestiary. It's pretty explicit. It says the Wanti are an evil, underhanded species who live in the shadowy dark and murder people. So, I mean, I don't feel like it's that big of a stretch.
Foldar, just take this from a wizard.
All right.
Don't believe everything you read.
But how do you learn spells?
You just don't believe. I mean, you try them out.
He's good. Yeah,
I mean, it's in a book. It's where the knowledge is written.
Yes, then you try the spell, and then you find out that the thing that's supposed to turn the rat yellow just turns your pants to butter. It's just weird things happen.
Hey, you have a butter pants spell?
Why would you want a
What if
butter
I
pound
do?
spell?
I'm actually curious. I would like to see you do that spell right now. That is amazing.
I mean, I tried it from a book. I didn't put it in my spell book. I'd have to go research it again.
I would make that like my go-to attack spell. Like they're like, I'm gonna fight you. Are you now?
You know what?
Your pants are butter.
You know what? Now that I think about it, that was a missed opportunity.
I
I
feel
really
like
think- I really think like that was a missed opportunity.
I was like, this doesn't have anything to do with time. It's just weird magic that didn't do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, like transfiguration type stuff. That's pretty great. I'm just gonna be honest.
I feel like we're losing focus.
Yes,
here.
we're off track.
Yeah, fine. Okay, back to it. Yeah. So this is the Kuvarian. It's a ship kind of my own design. I was hoping to just do like an amulet, but my associates at the time got me an absolute fuck ton of this metal, which holds enchantments so well. Like, you could put it in one and done, no recharging, it's there forever. And I was like, I need a little bit of it. And they're like, great. And they brought me like all of the metal they could fit in this ridiculous bag of holding. And it was like the biggest bag of holding I've ever seen. Like, I think it was like 7 tons of the shit.
Go big
Like,
or go home,
so-
right?
Yeah. That's a story for a different time. But anyways, I made this. Then he points out to the gray stuff. He's like, this is the astral sea. He goes, it's that stuff in between all the places that you're supposed to be at. You see, like, in the air and above and below, you see these, like, threads that are, like, hair thin. You see them just glistening here and there, crisscrossing everywhere. And
Is that why
Yeah.
I can kind of see through my hand right now?
no, your hand is quite fine. You are having an actual psychotic moment. Like, just calm down. You're fine.
Never mind.
You can't see through your hand. Like, get it together. And then he's like, it's not astral like astral projection. It's like astral like spaceship.
Stars. Gotcha.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Navariel,
I like how you always use my proper name, while these dicks call me Rumple Bobskin,
But
which I'm
I
still
like rubber
not 100%
skin.
sold with that.
what are all these paw prints on the control panel?
That is an interesting story. And as he's doing it, he's like flicking his hand and casting prestidigitation. And he's like, yeah, so I had a cat a while. Well, actually,
They had a cat.
they had a cat. One of them was a cat.
Ah.
Like, I feel. Am I being too obtuse? Do you need more backstory? Like, do you need more history, or are you just gonna? Can we just be like, one of them was a cat? And you're like, cool.
I mean,
Like, or do I
can-
feel like
I
one
can-
of you is gonna bring this up later?
I can find
No, it's quite fine. I was just wondering.
You're totally gonna bring it up later and ask more questions, aren't you?
Probably.
All right. I just want to be prepared. But for now, we're good.
I'm not that curious about this cat.
I mean, I feel like there's some leads being buried here, but for the interest of time and the the
Yeah.
safety of the multiverse, I believe we can move things along. That's fine. But we're gonna
Right.
have a long chat once all this shit is over.
You have
reason-
no idea. I've been around a long time, and that was the weirdest year of my life. I have never seen shit go south so fast.
Yes, and apparently the year is still going.
Well, now we're at the fallout period. You know, it's like when you take the bottom of a building and everything slowly falls, and the thing at the top is like, "Hey, oh shit!" Yeah, we're still falling.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Right.
I don't like how that sounds.
no, it's a fucking hot mess.
Then perhaps it's time that we get to the gates of the moon and quit.
You know, I really realized while we're doing all this
To
talking
the
that I can be
moon.
moving and talking too. So
Hmm.
he like flicks his wrists at the, just like a casual gesture, and the ship starts moving. You see the dials like arrange themselves and move. He's like, best part of the enchantment. You got a GPS system. You'll learn about that later. But tell you where you want to go, and it pretty much can figure it out as long as I know where it's at, and I do. So you go through it, and you're flying through like pretty much nothingness for a long period of time. It doesn't seem like there's anything. Occasionally, every now and then, you'll see like a thicker part of one of those strands, and the strands are all over the place. And you do see an absolutely massive creature. Kind of like floating through there, also with the tendril behind it that spreads off as far as it can go. He's like, those are dreadnoughts. They live here. So stay away from them. Their mouths will put you. They'll teleport you from one place to another, or eat you.
Not sure.
One or the other.
Gotcha.
What?
Sounds like you're not sure which one happens.
I'm not. It seems like they kind of just do it at random. Like, if they're hungry, they eat you. If they're not, they could like send you somewhere else. The weird creatures. I like to watch them, but like from way far away.
Gotcha.
So as you're going, you start seeing like you travel for a while. The air is getting a little bit brighter and a little bit warmer, but like the color hasn't changed. So it's still that pervasive gray, which is now starting to get a little maddening to you guys. So I would like a wisdom saving throw from all three of you. And because it's like you've been traveling for quite a while, and it's while you can look behind your ship and see your tendril so you know where you went.
Is this a source of magic, I assume?
What?
What's making us have the wisdom saving throw?
No.
Magically sourced?
It is not magically sourced.
Damn. Okay.
This is just the fact that you are literally floating in what seems to be an eternal bout of nothingness, and it's starting to become... At first, it was fine, but, like, looking out and seeing just nothing from top to bottom, left to right, like, you're literally floating in the middle of nothing. It's a little hurting.
23.
Okay? Fodor?
7.
Nice. Edward?
Yep.
13.
All right. Fodor and Edward. You guys are like Ticto, you figure out really quick that looking out is what's driving you nuts. So you like bury yourself in a book. You like pull out a book, you pull out something to distract yourself. You pretty much it's like reading in a car. Like you realize, okay, I'm gonna focus on like not as much motion. You went and you buried yourself in the book so you don't see the nothingness. You kind of like drown it out and focus on the hard surfaces. You, on the other hand, decide let's double down and stare out there. And you start questioning like, what if we're lost? What if this is all there is? What if, oh my God, I can't, like, you guys are starting to have some serious doubts that you're never going to get where you're supposed to be. And you're legitimately starting to panic. Edward, you're a little bit less than Fodor because you're like, well, space is infinite. But this isn't what I thought space was like. So you're trying to, like, calmly rationalize down to yourself, like, okay, well, maybe, but you're still freaking out. Fodor, you are full on gone. Like you are like,
It's like we're gonna keep going. We're gonna tumble forever and ever until we turn into
like,
we're gonna burst into flames. We're gonna go too fast.
Oh my God!
We're gonna crash.
Do I notice the anxiety spiral happening, or?
Absolutely not. You are now like focused solely on your book. And Watcher gives no fucks. Watcher is dead asleep on your hat, being like, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are spiraling for a little while, like, and then Bob, Nuvarian comes out, Rumble Bobskin, Bob Nuvarian, whatever you want to call him, comes out, and he's like, "You're not doing too well, huh? having a bit of a moment."
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. I'm just like clinging to the side of the ship around the window, losing my shit.
TikTok just
Like,
glances up over the top of his book, just like.
No,
I'm full on around the porthole, feet around the bottom, hands around the top, like just not like shaking, but like more than vibrating, but less than shaking like a spider in a web.
Like full on like face smashed out the window. You're like, ah!
Yeah, eyes wide, just.
Right. He reaches over and like grabs like the curtain and like, you'll be okay, as he like pulls the curtain down. And then he's like, he goes,
I can't see when I'm gonna die.
You're not gonna die, but come outside for a second. So you guys come out. He has you come outside.
Outside?
Yeah. Well, it's still a deck. So he takes you guys out on the deck and he points, like, you start seeing these, like, little, like, floating masses now. And they're like, as you get closer, they're like floating islands. Like your stereotypical fantasy floating island, you know, like with the little root at the bottom, and yeah. And there's some are small to start with. Some are but it's the air is warmer and brighter, but it's kind of like a sputtering, like a light bulb that's starting to go out. And you see remnants, and looks like things that are falling apart, like fading in the background of like buildings that were half built and like falling apart, structures that are like they're and at the same time not, like they're starting to like, it's like they're starting to slowly fade out of existence. Ticto, you see them in their like full glory, like full. The island is like an unbroken chain of beautiful bridges and beautiful architecture and like soaring towers and light and energy and this stuff, and at the same time this like just nothingness. So you're because of the bracelet that they gave you and the ability to handle the dual time streams, you're having trouble focusing, but you do witness both of these at the same time. So it's at the same time beautiful and disconcerting, but you are immediately aware something is not going on, that something is wrong. The rest of you just see this like slowly fading landscape. You see the remnants of bridges between these floating islands. As you get there, there's a large island with kind of like a weird citadel where pieces are missing. And
So there's like good things and bad things happening right now, and thank God for that bracelet. Otherwise, I'd have the mother of all migraines.
he's like, yeah, it's. I was afraid this part would happen. I was hoping we'd come back and it'd be fine. But yeah, welcome to the gates of the moon. It's I mean, it's usually been way better than this.
Isn't this supposed to be like heaven or something? Like a paradise analog?
Kinda not. But I mean, it's more like.
Looks a little run down.
Yeah, well, this is where the goddess of the moon lived. This is where Saloon lives. She's one of the guardians of magic. Like, I mean, there's a bunch of us, but like, she kind of like, normally it's a lot nicer. I just say, normally it's a lot more comfortable, a lot more peaceful. This is a new this is a new change, and I'll be honest, it bothers me because I used to love coming here, but now it's like falling apart. But she was a guardian. She was given by the Dawn Father. He said she had to watch this, and she readily agreed. She was supposed to watch Celestial Chain. And she. But then when that shift happened, and those three ascended to godhood and destroyed the faith in the gods of light, it started fading. So this one's pretty much what we're gonna go do is hopefully find a chain that hasn't been fucked with.
Well, let's do it to it.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
Now those things are a little different here.
How so?
Any of you guys use divine magic?
No.
My magic comes from more of a divine source, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Nuclear Reactor, you are at your source, so you're gonna be doing all right. Any of you use like infernal, necromancy?
I use pokey things.
Yeah, you're fine. But I'm just saying, like there's a balance here. Infernal magic works, but it draws a lot of attention. Divine gets a little bit of juice.
Don't use chill touch. Got it.
Yeah, I would probably stay away from it, because while it'll hurt more the things up here, they don't like it, it will also draw the attention and piss everything off here. Kind of like don't light a fire in the igloo, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Despite what they show you in the cartoons where you can light a fire in an igloo. Do not do that.
Actually, many igloos often have built-in chimneys which allow for heating of the interior. What?
You just can't help yourself sometimes.
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I can't.
You know, I get where you're coming from a lot of the times. Like, I don't think you intend to be this way, but, you know, I'm going to file that away to thank you for giving me a new piece of information as opposed to telling you you're a bastard.
I mean,
We're going to try new stuff.
That's why I like to teach people.
Yes,
When they
yes,
say
thank
they're
you very
incorrect-
much. It's very
when they
important.
Speak incorrectly, I must correct them because otherwise.
All right, my patience is growing thin there. Come on, Captain Encyclopedia. We got shit to do.
While they're arguing and doing all their thing, I am preparing my spells, and I'm
Okay.
swapping out a couple.
Can I take a nap while you guys figure this out? Like, my ribs are still kind of broken.
Oh,
I need to lay down a while.
You could have taken your long rest while you were on the ship. I just assumed you were.
Ah,
I just assumed that you all had like taken rests and stuff. So
Okay.
I'll belay my last. I said nothing.
forget it. I do not care. All right. So what do you guys do?
Well,
You said that this
do
was
we
supposed to be
see,
a little
like-
bit more.
like a chain
Oh.
sort of thing, or are we like traveling some more? What's
What
going on?
what do we see?
Okay. As he shows you this building, this stuff, he pulls up to like another dock floating in nothing. He's like, well, best of luck. And he pulls
Yeah,
up and he's like, you're just gonna check for the chain.
Yes. What are these?
And
what
then
give us
it's
these
like-
pebbles. Is that to help us like be out here? Or is that what's going
Just- No offense, but you know how you gotta drink a potion to breathe underwater?
on? Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Do I need to eat the pebbles?
No, I mean you can. Doesn't make any sense. You can if you want.
Okay. So I just have to have them, and then
You could just have it on you,
Gotcha.
but yeah, just have it on you.
I mean, you
'cause
didn't actually exactly explain that. You just handed me a handful of glowy pebbles.
I handed you a glowy pebble. How do you have a handful?
I swear, no, never mind.
When did we get handfuls?
I just gave you one. Like, were
Okay.
you taking more?
No,
You took. How many did you take?
I don't know.
You look in your you dig in your pocket. You find 7 of them.
I have 7.
Wow. He's like, right.
I honestly don't know how I have so many. If you say that you
because-
only gave me 1.
I did. Apparently, you decided to help yourself and find more. No, you don't have to eat them. You just keep them here.
Just keep
It's
them
like a-
on my person. We'll be okay.
Yeah, keep it on your. You can eat them if you want. I mean,
Is it
you're
gonna
definitely
help?
not gonna lose it.
Is it gonna help?
It's not gonna hurt. I mean, it won't fall out of your butt. You know. You did. You just ate it, huh?
Maybe.
All right then. Well, yeah, it'll work. But also, don't take a dump here then. It's
I have very good control of my bowels. Thank you very
okay,
much.
wonderful. So, and if you're still here and you do take a dump, you better find that stone and re-eat it real fast.
Things about Tic-Toe I did not need to know.
I'm honestly, I'm right there with you. I'm thinking, I am deeply respectful of the pursuit of knowledge, and at the same time, amazed at the lack of like any kind of scientific method. It's just
Right then.
I'm more
Well,
of a
shall we
throw a
be-
bunch of stuff at the wall and see what sticks kind of wizard.
oh, okay, that makes perfect sense. And he's like, well, the ship is programmed to bring you back if you need it. Remember, find the chain and see what's going on.
All right.
Gentlemen, since we are supposed to be a little bit more stealthy about this, I have prepared.
Ah.
Okay, and then he snaps his fingers and he disappears. And
Did not expect that. But okay.
yeah. So you guys are standing there, the ship is docked up, You are as you get off the ship. I'm assuming you all disembark now.
Yes.
You get off the ship and you look around and you still see this, like, you still see the shifting forms as you're on the ship, but once you get in the ground and it hits, it kind of like cements itself in whatever shifting form it was at. So, roll me a d20. No, just Ticto. He's the time wizard. You guys,
Add anything or no?
no, just it's your straight intelligence.
10.
You're straight 10. You're dead middle then. Then it's like you see the exact same thing everybody else sees, which is a very lucky roll then.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys see the, like, it's weird. The magic is like not consistently fading. So there's some buildings where like the top of the tower is completely untouched, the middle is gone. Or there's some where like half of the tower is floating in the air and the only thing connecting it is like pieces of a staircase or floating rocks. Or like there's some buildings with a roof that is held aloft with only a floor underneath it, or some with a wall holding an entire second story up. But anyways, the entire region seems to be fading, but not consistently.
From where we are, can we see any chain that's like going up into wherever, or is it just kind of like a island region in all directions?
It's a very large island, so you think if you go, like, you can't see anything now, but you do see a massive structure. That, let me get a perception check from you.
Okay. Nope. That's
Wow.
nope.
Okay, you look to see, you're like trying to see this chain, and instead you see this like floating rock that you think is the coolest shaped rock you've ever seen, and you just let it like, you stop giving a shit.
After
And
I
you
see
just-
the rock and I make a quick
you
sketch,
stare
of
at it.
Can I try again? But can I do so using the spyglass I was given?
It's not a spyglass; it's just a lens.
The lens essentially. Can I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Do you want now?
I'm gonna help him kind of like figure out
Okay.
where the hell we're supposed to go.
All right.
Just curious, have you tried? I don't remember. Did you try Did you put it together with you in the same pouch as your like wand,
Oh, like in the same pouch.
the great oak wand?
Correct me if I'm wrong. That great oak wand was actually more of a staff, so I don't know if I can put it in the same pouch.
Yeah, it's okay. You are correct. It did grow into a staff. Sorry.
I mean, I suppose my staff would probably be very close to the bag in which it was kept, but
No, it's not. It has to.
okay.
Yeah, you may.
Okay, so that's slightly better. 17.
Okay. You pull the one piece out, and you hold the two, and you put them together, and you're able to like look through it and focus, and this time with a little bit more. You see a little bit more clarity. You see you see a giant structure that, again, like everything else, is fading. And you swear, for the briefest moment, you see the flicker of, like, as the pieces are like slowly floating around, you see a black piece dead center of the island. But you also think for a minute that there's a piece missing out of it too. You think, like, you can't tell if the pieces are floating around it or if a piece of it is missing.
Okay. Can I take a guesstimate as to how long exactly it'll take to get there?
Oh no, you know exactly how long it is. Like you got a pretty accurate beat on there, so you know in about an hour you should be able to get in there, at least get to that structure. Well, it's a big island. It's not a big,
Okay. Then I'm going to actually start walking off in that direction, and unless we're otherwise impeded, About 45 minutes in, I'm going to cast a spell on us.
Okay. Let me get
I'm gonna follow.
Yep.
I assume you saw something of note, Edward.
Yes, it seems as if whatever disruption is happening is in a large structure this way.
Excellent.
as you're walking about almost immediately, once you get onto the path, you start noticing a smell. You start noticing that some things are not fading, and some things have, like, you're starting to notice, have been, like, bashed. There's, like, some things that there's claw marks in the walls. And there's, this is all, as long as everybody's passive perception is higher than, 12, we're good.
Oh,
So,
I'm right on the line.
Barely. Barely.
yeah. So you guys are noticing, like, as you're walking, that some of the stuff is not fading; it's deliberately destroyed. And as you guys stop and actually are like, "Wait a minute," you hear the and this, like, snorting sound and this deep bellowing roar as you see this creature come out after you with like a bellowing out. He's got 4 legs and a long serrated tail with, like, a hook on the back of it, and 2 arms with long claws on it. And a horned creature comes out and just charges at you. And we will roll for initiative.
You are an ugly son of a bitch. Oh, that one. But that's still a 9.
All right.
Time wizard.
All right.
I got a 16.
Okay.
What
Got a
size creature would
21.
you say this is?
I am trying to find a way to share a picture to you right at this moment.
Just stream it.
Huh?
Stream it.
I'm going to. I'm trying to get, like, a bigger picture of it. Whatever. I'll do it in a second as soon as I get it. I can't do it.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. What are you doing? Why isn't... There we go. It's, like, not staying. Here we go.
Oh. You an
You
ugly
see it?
son bitch.
Huh?
That is an ugly son bitch.
That is what it's
I don't like that at all.
That is wonderful.
You say this word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Cool.
Yes. So, this comes roaring at you. And you are like, oh, we're marvelous. So, initiative, 10 to 20 to 25.
21.
Okay? 10 to 15 to 20.
16.
All right. And then Ticto, you're rounded at the bottom.
9.
All right. This thing, so go ahead, Fodor. You see this thing rushing at you, roaring. No, paying no regard for anything. Its goal is to literally just destroy whatever it can get its hands on.
Okay. How far away is it from me?
be 10 feet. It
About
literally
10
came
feet.
from one of the structures on the side of the road, the path
Okay.
that you were on, and just saw you and was like, more things to break.
All right, here we go with stabbing again.
Nice.
So I'm gonna try and meet its charge, since using my small size to my advantage to hide behind my big ass spear and poke it in its torso parts.
All right.
Alrighty. Does a 19 hit it?
It does.
Aha! Okay. Is that a D12? Crap, grab the wrong dice. $13 damage. Plus, that's regular. What is it, D6? For its other thing.
For Nick.
No, it's a 1. Or D8. 2 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And for my second attack, I'm gonna do the same thing. But I'm gonna not drop my dice on the floor. Okay, I assume 25 hits.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Nice. Okay, and that one's going to be 7 regular damage and 4 necrotic damage.
Wow. All right. As you hit it, and it's like you stab it, and you see the blackening coming all over it, and it goes from being it came running at you with a look of like snarling, angry, but glee, more shit to break, to now it's like, you can fuck yourself. It is not happy at all. Okay. It is going to turn and run away from you. It is going to run 40 feet. It's going to just turn and bolt. And part of you is like, yeah, fuck you. Like you scared it off. And it's going to turn.
Angry sand people noises.
Yeah, you're like, Rrr. And I need a dexterity saving throw from everyone.
Okie dokie.
Everyone.
Dexterity, you said?
Yes.
God damn it. I'm going to use a different D20 for the rest of the game.
Okay.
Oh, I need more dice.
Oh, no.
11.
16.
I also got 11.
What did you get, Brian?
11.
So 11, 11, and 16?
Yep.
Who got the 16?
David.
All right. It is. You guys got so lucky because it was 8 dice and 4 of them happened to be ones.
Oh, God.
So you guys got so lucky. All right, that is 19 points of lightning damage as it turns and it flicks its tail, and you see just this 15-foot wide blast of lightning envelops all of you. And Fodor, you're able to get out of it in time to only take half damage. So the rest of you take 19 lightning damage.
So is that 9 or 10 damage? Like, where do you round for that?
We'll give you 9.
9. Okay.
We'll round down for the damage just to give you guys a fighting chance.
So
All right.
9.
Yeah, that's its turn.
I'm assuming it's Edward's
It's
turn.
now 40 feet away from you. So now it is Edward's turn.
I'm going to move away so that I'm not grouped up with the rest of them so much. I don't want to be within a an area of effect like that again. And as I'm moving, I'm going to remember what was said to us about like our abilities being either hampered or kind of buffed, and I'm going to use Guiding Bolt
Okay.
just to see if it actually does anything extra.
Okay.
So let's see here. That's a ranged spell attack. Okay. That is a total 19.
Oh, wow. Yes, good job.
Okay. On hit, that's 4d6. 15 points damage. Radiant.
Okay. As you cast it, you feel like it like pulse a little bit, like there's a little bit more juice that you put in it. Add another d6.
Oh, all right. So instead of 15 points, it's actually... Oh, wow, 21.
Wow, that worked out very well for you. Yes. So you're able to figure out, just for your understanding, while you're in this realm, celestial magic gives 1 additional damage dice.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's 5d6, it's now 60. Okay. All right, now Ticto.
How far away is he?
He's 40 feet away from you.
Okay. Now, that wasn't very nice, and I'm just going to say, let's see how you deal with my element. And I cast Fireball.
Nice.
I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, all right. Natural 20.
You bitch. All right. He takes half damage then.
Okay.
10.
He casts Get Fucked. And you get fucked. No.
25 halved, so 11.
25 halved
Oh,
is
12.
11.
12, sorry.
All right. He's burned and he's blackened. And he's got like a fair amount of like just pieces starting to like there's little chunks of like his body that are like burning through. Especially that guiding bolt did like a hell of a lot of damage.
And then I'm gonna
Back
be
to
like,
the top
watch
of the
her.
round. Back to the top of the round. It is Photo. Are you Watcher? What are you doing?
Watch is gonna go cast Dragon's Breath on it with fire.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I need another dexterity saving throw.
Oh wow. 9.
All right. That is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then so Watcher's gonna fly up to him, hit him with the cone, and then like fly straight up in the air. Try to use his whole 60 feet of movement.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
So, okay, good. Fodor, it's your turn. This guy is not doing well, and I think you're muted.
I am muted. Oh, it's my man baby. Hi, man baby. Is he still pretty far away?
He's 40 feet away, yes.
Okay. Then I am, I guess, going to spend my action. What, that would be a whole action? One whole action getting there.
Yep.
And that'll get me to 35 feet. And then I'll take my second action to poke him with my spear. What are you doing?
Okay.
Go get some food and help Ariel.
If he's in a straight line, David, why don't you just charge?
How does that work? I've never used a charge dynamic.
Joel, would you like to handle this one?
I go ahead. I did not know charge existed.
I was like, oh.
I thought you have to have.
So how does that work?
Well, if he's in a straight line from you, you can do the charge action. And I don't know if there's any like thing in the way of like.
Nope,
your
it's a smooth path.
Okay.
Smooth path, nothing there.
Actually, just give me 1 second, please.
Yeah, I thought that.
Because that sounds fun.
But maybe I'm wrong. I guess he's mounted, so maybe it makes changes.
Right, if I could do a full pertinacious charge. Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you move at least 10 feet in a straight line, you gain either a +5 to the attack's damage roll and push, so you can run up to him and get a +5 to the damage roll if you do that and attack, if you do a charge.
I'd like to do that then.
All
See
right.
how that goes. So full on screaming gnomish turkey cavalry charge.
All right.
And it failed spectacularly. I got a nat 1.
Did you?
I really did, yeah.
You're not going to try, like, reckless attack or any of that stuff for, like, because you're a barbarian?
I don't even know if do I get that? I don't think I have any of that, actually, because I have the kind of barbarian I am.
Okay. Well, then you charge up really and it does not go well.
He just kind of like sidesteps.
Yeah, you make a lot of ruckus, and he's like, eh.
Ooh.
Yep, all right. But now you are right up next to him.
Neat. At least I didn't fall off my turkey.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to try and poke him again.
Brian, you used guiding bolt, right? And it hit?
Yeah, but the next one, I guess technically speaking,
It was an
Yeah.
attack roll.
that's correct because technically speaking, yours was not an attack; it was just a saving throw. So he would have had advantage
So you
anyways.
could have advantage. Joel's discretion.
Right. Yeah, Joel's discretion. I don't know what's going on. I'm just rolling with it.
Read me what it says.
Oh, for guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt
yeah,
provides
I'm gonna
advantage
follow
to the
the
next
rules.
attack.
So if you have advantage, then do another roll for advantage.
Beer plus.
All right. You splash beer on him. Nothing happens.
I use Beerderblus.
I feel like that should be a weapon.
I feel like it should.
I feel like that should be a weapon that Ben develops.
Think about it.
There's a
You just sit at
gnomish
home and you're
mage.
like, I can't take it anymore, and you just fire beer into your own mouth. And you're like, I can't.
I was gonna say it makes you go forward in time when you
So-
use it, but
David, because of Brian's guiding bolt, you have advantage.
okay. So that's for sure.
Yep.
We'll
Yeah, I
get
want the wording of your spell.
wildly different outcome then. He gets poked pretty hard. He
Well,
gets
that's very
some
good.
serious poking.
This is just.
That goes all the way down. Yeah, 24 to hit, and
Oh
went
yeah,
from
that hits him.
Toro to right in the sack.
Remember, since you're charging, that adds +5
Yeah, to the damage
damage.
roll. The damage roll. Okay. To 13 regular damage and 2 necrotic damage.
All right. You.
Plus 5. So 18.
Okay.
18 regular
how do you
damage.
kill the thing?
No, I'm going with a since I'm again doing the same kind of charges at him since I'm small, going for the soft underbelly. So I'm gonna try and just dump his insides on the ground with the end of
Okay.
the bifurcated spear. treating his torso much like a can to a can opener.
Okay, yeah, you run and you're actually as you're running, like you slip a little bit. And you're like, oh shit! But then like Bearnacious finds its footing and like digs in and like you like lurch forward and get this like good like hook right into like the breastplate between like what would be like the horse's the underside, the horse underside's like belly, and you just like without breaking momentum, your little spear just like shreds into it. And as you run underneath the horse all the way, you turn around just to see like all of its inner just like
Just like
slump onto the ground, and this sickening like sound and rather gorish display.
Shaloop. I want the sound to be shaloop. Can that be the
Yeah,
a comic book
Shloop
onomatopoeia?
onto the ground.
Shaloop.
So it sloops down to the ground. That's a horrible auditory sound.
Not a good noise.
That is not a good sound. And now I've got a full mental image of it just like so anyways, and it hits the ground, and as it hits the ground, like the entrails, and you notice like they start like burning away. And within minutes, like this thing is completely burned away. And you look at the pads of its hooves, like as it falls, you look and you notice the like they were blackened. Like this entity without deprived of life force is not left here. Like it fades away. As if like the ground itself did not want it there. All right, and as for that, we are going to take a 5-minute break, and we will return.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I love tabletop loot. It is by far my favorite place to get good dice. In fact, did you guys know that right now you can go to tabletop loot and put in the code NOL15 to get 15% off any order of dice you make with the site? And they also have an awesome subscription service where you can pay $25 a month and get minimum 4 sets of dice delivered to your door every single month.
You don't
No hassle.
say.
Great dice. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Anyway, I'm
Wow.
sorry. Are we going to go
No
live now?
way.
We're going live?
Yeah, we're live.
Shit, we already did. Fuck, I did it again. All right, sorry, guys.
Sorry, you
Natural born chill. Like just
just can't help yourself, can you, Brian?
all right.
All right.
So the creature fades quickly, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out that shit's not right at the gates of the moon. And you start, so you decide, like, you redouble your efforts. Like, now you start you realize now that this is, you need to get and check on this chain quicker.
Yeah, I think things are no bueno.
Yeah. And you now let's get a perception check from everybody.
There we go. Dirty 20.
Okay.
That's 15.
All right. Fodor?
18.
Huh?
18.
Okay. Tikto, so all of you notice, like, there's activity everywhere. There, like, now you're starting to really notice that there's scoring everywhere. There's damage everywhere. Almost every building you see has got some sign of damage to it. In addition to it, like, the time stream's changing and it fading out, you also see an active attacks and destruction. You don't see any, like, bodies, and judging from what you saw when you killed that creature, that you think that kind of thing just doesn't happen here. But you do see a lot of damage everywhere, and off in the distance you see, you swear you see some black flying creatures that are, like, swirling over some of the wreckage. You see a horned creature, like, perching on the top of a building that's slowly fading into nothingness. And a lot of the energy is facing. A lot of this activity seems to be, like, heading towards where you are going.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I believe we should get a little bit more on the stealthy side, gentlemen.
If stealth is what you want, then I have exactly what you need.
Excellent.
And with that, I will go ahead and pass. I will go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yes. Love that spell. That was out of character.
For those of you that don't know, I'm going to veil myself and my 2 companions, as well as Bird Nacious, in a magical veil of shadow and silence that masks us from detection.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah. Giving us +10 to our dexterity and stealth checks, and we cannot be tracked by any means that are not magical.
Okay.
Nice.
We also leave no trace or any kind of mark of where we're going. So,
Okay.
Okay. Stealth checks.
Stealth check.
okay.
Oof. Thank God.
21.
17 for me.
Delty 20.
Is that with your +10?
Oh. Delty.
30? Okay, so we've got we've got 21, 17, and then a barbarian
On a
that
turkey.
essentially- On a
Living
turkey,
shadow.
essentially like turns into smoke.
Yeah.
Got a 19 on the dice.
Yeah. So, wow. You guys are all shocked as Fodor, like, essentially glides over the ground, leaving not even a footprint or a sound of his armored turkey. You're amazed by this.
Good spell.
Especially his Ticto, who's like quietly like leaving these like little pat footprints, and which now seem to be like crazy loud next to the like unnaturally silent Fodor.
Hmm. Bringing back that 90s anime ninja.
Right? You're just flitting back and forth rooftop to rooftop on your turkey.
Mm-hmm. Just
Yeah.
a couple lined blur, no sound.
Yeah, like a Ninja Scroll, like you're just running, jumping from house to house.
Full on ninja scroll.
Right. And then as you get to your donation, you just hear all of a sudden
Like some kind of like 3 or 4 footprints. Foot beats.
So awesome. All right,
I approve.
you guys get into the Citadel. And there are a number of, you notice very quickly, there's a number of things that are not right. The Citadel itself is a massive, kind of like octagon-shaped building with a door that is, and the lower half is solid, but the middle half, you can very clearly see the links of the chain, like the links of the chain going up into the distance as they're wrapped around, as this thing is like fading out. The chain is the only thing that appears to be solid. And you see standing at the doorway a massive black creature with wings, and it looks like a smaller version of the Guardian. And any of you guys that recognize what this creature is, you identify it very quickly as a Glabrazu, it's a large demon. And you notice collections of flying Brock in the area, and all of them have this uneasy energy as they're like patrolling around. And they're keeping a wide berth from the inside of the building, but they're all like there for a purpose, and there's an energy to their activity, like an excitement, but not like there's an excitement mixed with a heavy amount of fear.
Okay.
Are the Vrock dancing?
Are they dancing? Why would they be dancing?
Okay, good. Never mind.
Why?
Nothing. There's this old ability that Vrocks used to have where, like, if they would, like, get together in a certain amount and they would dance, they could essentially do mass devastation.
No, they're not.
That's terrible.
Because of Disney's Fantasia. But
Yeah. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad to know that they're not dancing. Good.
yeah.
No dancing rocks.
Yeah.
So does there appear to be any point of egress?
Let me get an investigation check.
I will assist.
God damn. You'll assist.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Man, my dice suck tonight. I rolled a 3 and
Sounds like you
4.
need to go to tabletop loot.
I know. My passive investigation is 17, but my actual investigation I rolled was 11.
This is amazing. Now you told me about the Brock dancing, I'm definitely working this mechanic in soon. This is
Do it.
this is awesome.
Oh god, fucking dancing Vrock.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And since they're demons, they used to also have the ability to gate in other demons, which
All demons have that ability.
Exactly, but they can gate in other rocks to do the dancing with them, so it's fucking
Yes.
terrible.
But you are noticing there is a ton of demons in this area now. Like not a ton, but there's for being in like a heavenly area where they should not be there. Like they're there, they're existing. This is like you don't see any like celestial anything. This is like a completely desolate area that is fading out of existence. And now the demons are there. Something is exciting them.
Okay.
So you guys are still for 1 hour. You're heavily stealth. So like Ghost Fodor and the rest of you are moving around. What are you looking for specifically?
I guess any way into the building that they're watching.
There's nothing in the front.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go by for your investigations. We'll be doing each side of the octagon. So for the first one, the front is there is nothing. There's the massive door that is being guarded.
Okay. Can we kind of like?
Which way?
We'll go to the right, I guess. Just kind of circumvent staying.
So we're going counterclockwise?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to do an investigation check or?
Do I need to? Do we need to, or could we?
You go around and you see a couple of the same. You see some more demons. These are the ones with the long horns. They look kind of like mini Baphomets. You don't really know. They're not anything really terrifying or like powerful, but they're called Vulazus, and they're just kind of like walking. They're keeping a berth from the Glabberzoos, but they're like just milling around. But I mean, you could go after them if you'd like, but you're not 100% certain you'd be able to like. You're pretty sure you could take them, but you're not sure you could like do it quietly.
Not in the numbers that we're seeing.
Yeah, no, not in the numbers you're seeing.
So can we do like a circuit of the building kind of to see like if
we're just gonna, for brevity's sake, we're gonna go once you get you're gonna go to the next few, and there's just not gonna be a point of egress. There's no break in the door, but when you get like if you're going on a clock, if you would get to like where the 10, 11, and 12 would be, so not directly on the other side, you find a point of the building where it looks like the stones are fading. They're still there, but they've got a softer touch to them. Like they're starting to like the time slip is starting to like make them disappear.
Okay.
So they're like solid, but not.
Ticto, do you have anything that can stop this progression?
Nothing in my abilities is I don't have anything that could deal with something of this magnitude at this time.
It would appear that this particular building is missing some sort of celestial guardian.
Yes, it would appear so.
But there are no demons.
Does it look like so they're fading out away? Does it look like they're kind of like?
Oh no! It's like they're not fading out away.
No,
they're still in the wall. They look intangible, if that makes sense. They look like they're an after image.
I want to cast Mage Hand and kind of like push against it to see if it'll like go through.
Okay. It slides right through. Little resistance in some places, but for the most part, it passes through.
I think we can get.
It's got the resistance of like I don't know, like Jello or water.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of resistance, like something's there, but there's not enough to stop you.
All right. I believe we can get through that wall.
Very well.
So I'm gonna like kind of like look both ways and then like kind of like sneak across and like push my way through like the jello wall.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't take any effort to get through it. You're able to sneak through.
And I'm gonna like stick my arm back out and be like,
Okay,
I'll follow.
okay.
We'll follow.
You come into this massive corridor, and it follows the same arc, except it's like maybe 5-6 feet wide. Clearly, this is a walking corridor. And you see a books, and you see a couple spells. You see like a sputtering torch with like the divine like a divine flame in it. You see symbols of Saloon, the moon, all through it. But it's slowly. It's in that weird flickery motion. Like sometimes it's there. There's pieces of it missing. And as you see, there's a massive door facing a central chamber. And you see, it looks like 3 golden-skinned winged creatures, like tied to a floor. And they're
What
tied.
kind of
like,
wind creatures?
They're. Let me get an intelligence check from you.
Sure. Uh, 18.
All right. You don't know what kind, but you're positive they're celestials.
Neat.
Yeah, but these are like battered and like drained, and again they look weak and frail. And you just see them out of the corner, like you could see into this massive room, same octagonal shape. Okay, and you could see them along the wall, and then you see this long spidery like hand grab one, and you hear like a weak shriek, like it's like somebody who is wailing in agony, but they have been screaming for a long time, and there's just not enough energy left. And then you hear the wail like kind of get stretched out, and you hear a thump, and you see the faces of the other two, like in horror.
I'm about to do something stupid, guys.
how big was this hand?
Um,
Like big enough to like grab
It's
a
a-
person? Like,
no. What makes it so uncomfortable is it was a medium-sized creature. It was a person-sized hand. It just seemed to be. It seemed to come from above, grab and lift. Like it's a uncommonly strong. But like, and then the fact that it could maneuver them so easily, and then the look of terror on the faces of them. Like, it's not a massive creature. And somehow that scares you a little bit more, being like, it'd be less scary if it was you.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we need to save these remaining 2.
Okay.
Okay. How do you propose we do that?
Ticto's really more of the tactician here, but if I were to say anything, then I'd say that you should do what you're best at, Photo. Hit it a lot.
I can do that.
Okay. As you're talking, you see it grab another one.
Jump again. Okay.
And you feel the thump on the ground. And the other one, like, the last remaining is like visibly trembling.
Yep. Nope.
But
Jumping
also
in.
is like resigned to like the fate that it has.
Jumping in and cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm
You-
attacking, but I'm attacking something.
Okay, you round the corner and are immediately you're about to cast, and you are frozen, and like you immediately see what all of the demons are scared of. You come in the room and you see the chain with a very clear break in the line as you don't even get your spell off. You see the chain has broken, and you see standing in there is a blackened creature with wings and these glowing yellow eyes. And you see the tendrils of like a bluish energy being like sucked into its mouth as you see the light, like as you see it trail off the body of one of the now dead celestials. Let me see if I can share this with you.
Hmm.
There we go. Do you see it?
Ah,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
All right. Do you guys know? I would like an intelligence check from anyone who would have any knowledge, Arcana or.
I mean, I have knowledge of like abyssal and infernal.
Okay, then you can then go ahead and roll.
Oh, there we go. 26.
Okay, you understand what this thing is.
Okay.
This is a Nabasu. These are demons that demons are scared of. They are known for they first off they feed on the souls of whatever they can. They don't care. And they are creatures of absolute destruction. They care for nothing but chaos. Nothing but destruction. And if they can burn the world to get, they will. They don't care. So, as you go in, you cast guiding bolt.
Do.
All right.
How does a let's see here 25 treat you?
Okay.
Does it hit?
It does.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. That's 14.
Okay.
14 points radiant.
Okay. As you see, this thing is walking and like sucking in the last bits of energy. You hit it with a guiding bolt, and it just and it doesn't look like it's been attacked. It doesn't look like you'd expect the other one did, who was like, "Oh shit! Like somebody's attacking me." He looks and he's got the singe burning on his skin, and he looks at you and he's like, "You have my attention." He's like,
I would greatly appreciate it if you leave that last one alone.
he's like,
I've seen lots of rocks out here. There's plenty more for you to snack on, but just not that one.
he looks at you and he stops and he goes, "I can leave him after you." It makes no difference to me.
Deal.
As you're talking, you see the chain start to like pull more, and you realize that this was a recent break. Like the chain has just broken. He's like, "But first, I have work to attend to." And he walks to the chain and like just draws this line with his finger, and you see it pull apart. And he's like, "One more, and it should be good."
Hmm. That's going to be a bit of a problem for me. To which I'm going to cast Moonbeam now.
Okay. But due to our time constraint,
Son of a bitch.
we will leave this battle for next time.
Nerds of Legend.
Nerds of Legend. We will fight the first breaker of chain. So yes, I'm very excited for this one.
It's like shit.
Well, unfortunately, if I didn't have to work, I would gleefully run this one because this is like, I wanted you guys to get here because this is your first like real like big bad, like the first breaker. So like the first breaker of the chain. I'm super excited for this one because this is when the story starts like really picking up.
Well,
hell yeah.
pick it up again next time then.
I am very excited. Like, I would like to do a double episode this week, just two, but I know we can't, so because of life.
All right.
So.
Right.
We'll see you all around next time.
Yes, very excited for this next one too.
The
So
troll's gonna try to kill us all.
I mean, like, I'm gonna put some weird effort into it. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
it's gonna be a very concerted effort to end all of you, and I'm very excited about it.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Thanks for
I am
joining us.
excited. For right now, it looks like this will be our new time. Until we get some changes due to Brian and I having a new work schedule. We look like we'll be we'll be streaming same on Wednesdays, but just a few hours earlier. So we
If you
appreciate
guys
your
are if you guys are new to the stream, be sure to follow so that you can know that when we're going live. If you're watching this later on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe, and ring the bell so that you guys know when our content comes up, so that you guys can catch up on every episode.
Absolutely. And if you enjoy our content, leave us a message. Let us know what you think. Absolutely.